guests today are old mates from the days when daytime telly meant an hour of Pebble Mill and a quick visit up above the streets and houses with Bungle and Geoffrey. Didn't speak remotely like that, but I just enjoyed saying Geoffrey. Now I put my milk in a small fridge instead of leaving it on my windowsill, and they are now top-notch comedy stars with a new series starting on Sunday. Give it up, shake it about for Richard Lee and Stewart Herring!
Lovely. This is a great show.
Tuck in, lads, tuck in.
Tuck in. This is
tuck in to beetroot.
Sorry, beetroot and flowers.
I don't eat flowers. I'm so
It's like it's quite insulting to be invited around and then just given flowers to eat as if he's like a horse or something. Like, eat the flowers.
Nothing wrong with the flowers.
They're like flowers. They're fluffy. They've got
stamen.
They're furry.
They're furry flowers.
Tuck in, lads. Tuck into flowers.
Right. Tuck into the beetroot and the flowers.
Beetroot and flowers. My two favourite things to eat.
Marvellous. Persecute him by putting a flower in his ear. Now, tell us about the new show.
Well, it's copied off this, basically. But
on a Sunday.
Yeah, no, we've been doing this show in Edinburgh called This Morning with Richard Not Judy.
We saw it.
Beautiful.
It was excellent.
Based around the fact that...
you saw it in 1994, and then you did it on TV.
We saw it in 1997.
All right, sorry.
I know. And, so, yeah, we're going to copy Richard and Judy's format, but do, like, comedy in it. That's the plan.
Excellent. What time on Sunday?
12:15, and then with a Friday night repeat.
11:45 at night.
Have you watched Rick as Rick, but no Jude at all at the moment?
Yeah. It's interesting, actually, because without her to keep him in line, he goes a bit mad, doesn't he?
Rogue.
He does.
Don't you reckon?
He's insane.
Takes off his tie and everything.
He does.
He gets back there with his jacket on.
He was stroking his own thighs today, really vigorously, just stroking himself.
He has gone a bit mental. It's a shame. When she's not there to keep an eye on him, he does go a bit mental. My favourite one was when they had a phone-in about sexually transmitted diseases.
Really?
I must be allowed to say that because I said it on Richard and Judy.
Yeah, you are allowed
and
to say
their phones went down. And so then he said, no, we're going to carry on, Get my mobile phone out of the office. So they get it in, and he got the mobile phone. And then because that wasn't mic'd up, he had to relay what she was saying. So he was going, yes, all right, she's got a discharge, like that. Which I think, that's the root of professionalism and sensitivity, which we're hoping to copy.
Excellent.
And he lies as well.
And also the keenness on sexually transmitted diseases, which will hopefully be a theme running throughout your show.
He got that model on, you know, from the...
Boddington's advert, Melanie Sykes.
Melanie Sykes. And she's been on presenting on The Big Breakfast, and he was sitting back there with his tie off and his, you know, shirt open, showing off about how to do interviews, and he was going, yeah, well, you should do what I do in interviews. I never prepare questions, and I just go on and just see what happens. And we knew he didn't do that because we've been on, and he prepared all the questions, and he was lying through his teeth.
He's a
to
liar.
try and impress Melanie Sykes, because Judy wasn't there.
Yeah.
And Judy must have been sitting at home thinking, there's Richard with his tie off, trying to get off with Melanie Sykes. He was furious.
That's no-go, isn't it?
I know.
Quite frankly.
Vaguely doesn't lie.
He's a liar.
He's a liar.
Well, we've got yin-yang with differing beliefs on the old Maidley there. Who do you think is the best Judy replacement?
Karen. I like Karen.
I liked Fern, I liked Karen.
Julia Carling.
You've gone for the alternative choice.
I like him on his own because he just is insane, and that's good. I like him without.
You think he should just be unfettered by Bird?
Yeah, because he's like a real Alan Partridge on his own.
It's like he's watched Alan Partridge and gone, that's popular with the kids. I know, I'll copy that.
That's a good
idea.
idea.
Quite understanding it's a joke.
Yeah.
the new Partridge for the 90s.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a good bloke. We love him.
You have met him though? You went on the show.
Oh yes.
To talk about this new show.
And I've met you.
Yeah, and I've met you.
No, we went on last year. I don't think they'd have us on this year, because they've probably seen the poster with the shopping trolley in the background. They might.
Stu looked very good as a woman, doll.
I want to talk about this. Can we see a picture of Stu dressed as a lovely lady?
In blondie wig.
Picture of this? There. You're a proud young lady there.
What do you mean?
You're a proud and somewhat indifferent lady. Don't know, there's a sort of...
There's a pride in the chest.
He enjoyed it a bit too much, actually. We were going to do the whole show like it, but, you know, the dress got in a bit of a state.
Yeah,
it's a bit like Monica Lewinsky's blue dress. It came back like, so we had to be a bit careful.
Talking of clothes, actually, look what I've got. I've got you a present.
What? Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, Stu!
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Stu wore this in Edinburgh in 1995, and I said, I really like that jacket. Can I have it?
Yeah, well, you can have it. Yeah.
Now that it's 1997.
Because guess what? I don't really wear that.
Now he's on TV doing it. He wouldn't give it to her at the time, but now he can look like he's really generous by giving it to you on TV.
I don't like it anymore, Stu.
Oh, well.
I love it because you
Some of us were amazed you liked it in '95, to be honest.
I got it in the second-hand shop, and I remember you being annoyed that I'd bought it before you.
Because I saw it in the same second-hand shop when he got it.
Is it designer wear, Stu?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's sort of X kind of red coat or something.
Yeah. It's button.
Well, I never forget when someone
Pollard.
Yeah.
It's the yellow coat.
It's Heidi High.
You coveted that, and I've remembered it. It's all right.
Put it on, then.
Put it on.
Right, okay.
Put it on!
Put it on!
Put it on!
Okay.
See, that works for me.
Quite cool. Quite roomy or not?
That's all right.
Stu, I love it.
I can't imagine you ever wearing that, Stu. I don't know what
It's mad. I want to see Stu wearing that, actually. Can you wear it for us? Can you model it for us?
Put it on.
The king of
the
cool
last
in a Butlins blazer.
Have you had your hair cut, Stu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loads of times.
Every time it gets long. Yeah, I like that.
It's good.
That
Better
works.
on Stu.
No, it's not. I'm not having it. It's for you.
Hey, is it true you two met at a Christmas party? Is that a true thing?
That is true. I know it's hard to believe that someone would meet at a Christmas party.
There was nothing funny about it.
I'm trying to big it up as a big media event, as a meeting of minds.
We met, and I'd done a song, comedy. We'd never met at the comedy shows, both done stuff. I'd done a song that's too rude to mention on morning TV about a certain part of my anatomy that can sing. It
Excellent.
was my winky.
Yeah. The singing winky song.
Stu thought that sounded like a good idea, so he decided to work with me. What an idiot he was.
On the strength of a singing winky song.
Yeah, what an idiot. It wasn't funny, it wasn't any good.
What are the things that, Stu, what are the things that wind you up about Rich?
Be honest.
Be honest.
Yeah, go on.
His inability to deal with the sound that polystyrene makes when it is scraped against another piece of polystyrene.
I don't like that. When it's broken, I don't like it.
I can't do it.
Horrible.
It drives him mad, though.
Yeah.
It makes me violent. It's like the Incredible Hulk, except I don't go green or break anything. My trousers don't rip. It's not really like the Incredible Hulk. I don't know why I said that.
Well, it's like,
but I get a bit angry.
It's like a man who's a bit fat and doesn't like polystyrene. That's what it's like.
If there was a programme about it in the opening titles, I'd go, don't scrape polystyrene together. I don't like it when people scrape polystyrene together. But they probably won't ever make a programme of it.
Well, Channel 5.
Maybe a journalist could follow him across the country and go, was a man who was annoyed by polystyrene in this town last week. And he can be like upset each week that he'd missed him.
And then I'd walk up up the road at the end.
Some sad music.
People too young to remember the Incredible Hulk TV series there, but it's very good.
It was a good conceit that sort of seems to have eluded people here.
Bill Bixby.
But imagine if you had seen it, how funny that would be.
What annoys Stu? If polystyrene annoys you, what annoys Stu?
Stu, everything in the world. He's the grumpiest man. Yesterday, when we did the pilot for our TV show yesterday, and he was convinced, there was this bloke in there who looked, he said it was Will from the Chris Evans show, the producer, Will. And I said, I don't think it's Will, it doesn't like it. He was going, it is, it's Will, he's trying to steal our ideas. And he went mad and he couldn't do the show. We were trying to do a run-through and he couldn't do it because he was saying, get him out of the studio, he's trying to steal our ideas. And it was just a photographer who looked a bit like Will, but with a kind of longer, stretched face. So that was, he went mad.
I'm hallucinating that bloke.
You're seeing producers of well-known shows coming into your own audience.
Lost it.
But, you know,
and who gets the most fan mail out of the two of you?
We get exactly the same. We count them up.
Do you count them?
No.
We get about the same, really. We do. Pretty Stu gets a bit more.
Who gets the most fan mail out of you, then?
Yeah. Do you get any fan mail?
No, we haven't had any fan mail. We've had 2 each, I think.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Right, and you love the show, you idiots. Come on. Right to her.
There's going to be an avalanche of lunacy now.
We've had some great nutty letters we've had, but we're not going to talk about them on air.
No,
they might come and get us.
Eat your flowers, Stu.
How would you
delicious.
categorise your fans? Do you have sort of different types of fans?
Well, not like we did an interview with the Daily Star, and they said, "Do you get along with the bloke was horrible, sleazy, vile man?"
Is this your horrible, sleazy, vile man voice coming up?
Yeah, no, he went, "Do you get loads of girls talking to you after the shows? Do you get loads of girls?" And I went, "No, not really." And he went, "Do you get loads of like real babes coming up?" And I went, "No, I mean the people that like us tend to be fairly normal, you know, it's not really like that." Which he reported as me saying, most women that talk to us after shows are dog ugly, right? He put that in, completely just changed it.
Completely lied.
I know, and they made up loads of stuff in it, and what they do is a Daily Star take the way you speak and then kind of downgrade it into a way that Daily Star readers will understand.
Yeah.
Kind of really frightening.
Yeah, the Daily Star don't tell the truth.
Imagine that. Yeah.
Imagine that, amazing.
So they completely distorted it.
They made loads of stuff up, it was very funny.
They made it for a terrible story as well.
They made up a story about Peter Bainham that we'd made up as well.
Is he going to be in your show,
I love
by the way?
Peter Bainham.
Welsh Pete?
No, he's changed now. He's on the Friday Night Armistice doing satire.
He's become
and
more political.
wearing suits. He's,
Well,
a,
he's
he's a
become
posh
political.
Oxbridge toff. I hate him.
He's become political and also kind of advert whore. So he can make more for eating 1 tin of pot noodle, Pete Bainham, than he can for working for 2 months with us. So he
It's
has
a
to do
strange world.
the noodle advert.
Too gorgeous. That's him. You know him, don't you?
Lads, eat up. Yeah, he was on the show.
He's on the show, he's lovely.
Eat up your flowers, lads. We've got to go to a break now, so join us after the break.
Welcome and bienvenue, welcome back to Light Lunch, where we're quite literally doubled up with laughter, because we've got Lee and a herring in the lounge, hoping that Ice Warriors Dragar... Yes!
They love you, lads.
Bring the love over
love
here. Hoping that Dragar and Schnapps won't give them the cold shoulder.
Hey.
Yeah?
In a moment, we're going to be taking calls to Stewart and Richard, but first it's time to introduce our Light Lunch Millennium Dome.
Drink in the spectacle.
Gong, 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 gong,
Bang,
gong,
bang,
gong. Unlike the real thing, this only costs £12.50 to build, and it's a lot more useful.
Thought we'd make full use of double dose of comedy today and ask Richard and Stu what alternative uses they could come up with for this spiky thing.
Oh, I think it'd make a great helmet for any Ice Warrior.
It's quite similar to Dragar's, actually.
You put the heads of people on here, top of people's heads. You
Good.
put them on there.
Instead of a tower.
Yeah.
As a warning to what?
As a warning to other people from the millennium who've done bad things. Adolf Hitler.
Right.
In the
The
detachable
Jam was
saucer section that we
Yeah.
have,
That's nice.
what could go in there? What do you reckon?
Now you've
At the moment, there's
This
a
cup of
large man,
coffee.
isn't there?
Yeah.
With
fits in, and then
will
that
the
would-
enormous coffee display
I think
fit?
that-
If you had a straw, you could drink it through the hole in the top.
It is perfect, actually. I don't know if you
I
can see
think they
that.
should put that little boy in who's been. They should put that little boy in there who's been advising on what goes in the Millennium Dome, but just on his own with nothing in there.
No
Enormous
toys.
Space forever.
Exactly. Keep it for all time as a monument to his own
Good
folly.
idea.
Right, our phone lines are as busy as Milnes on Rose Street during the Edinburgh Festival. Eh? Who's on line one? Anyone on line one?
Yeah, it's me.
Who's me?
I'm John Atkins, the
Hey.
John Atkins III,
John
yes.
Atkins
Hello,
30
John
writes to us.
Atkins III. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Cool. What's your question, John?
Well, I was just going to say, you're both very big fans of the Goodies, aren't you?
Yeah, very
And,
much so, yeah.
But like them, do you have any plans for a children's cartoon series spin-off?
Well, as you know, John, as a regular correspondent to us, and obviously someone who's visited our website a lot, thanks for those funny drawings you sent in, by the
They're
way.
good.
I hope you enjoyed them.
Yeah, we do have plans for a cartoon spin-off. We're doing a thing in the TV show called The Organ Gang. It's really weird having John, like, in the ether like that.
Have you spoken to John before?
No,
If
I
we've
just-
ever heard
You
his
just
voice.
emailed.
I imagined he was a kind of flamboyant character, but he's quite boring when you hear him speaking. I thought he'd be
John,
a
you're not
flamboyant
boring,
dandy.
doll.
I
You're
thought
not
he was going to be
boring.
like Richard III or something like that. John
Well,
Atkins.
I'm wearing a purple shirt.
Oh, there we go. See, I knew I was right.
Good
It's really
egg.
strange doing a phoning, because this is someone who's written, we know all our fans by name, because we have
You've
so
only got
few.
10 of them.
And hearing him on the phone, it's like a voice from God, but God's got you.
The Organ Gang
Organ
is like
Gang.
it's like the Munch Bunch or the Pea People or whatever, but they're internal organs of the human body.
Yeah.
And
And
they
they're
have
cartoony.
adventures together. Henry Hart, Lily Liver,
Groovy.
Barry Bladder. We've also got, it's mainly children's stuff. We've got some crows that speak called Histor and Pliny.
But you're not worried about infringing on copyright laws of the Garden Gang?
Of
Of
the
the
Garden
Garden
Gang.
Gang.
Well, no, because that's in the garden. Are you listening?
We don't
And
know.
this
It's a
is
very
an organ.
different thing.
Yeah.
Very different, isn't it?
Yeah.
A garden
Lovely.
gang.
John, a garden is different to the internal organs of the human body.
Yeah, I think what I've done there
And you,
is,
yeah, if you,
What
if
you've
you
done there
haven't-
is confuse
that
the
could
garden.
lead to some
Good
terrible
evening.
problems in
We've
your
got
life.
to go,
Oh,
John.
Scott.
Lovely to
See you,
talk
John.
to you.
Talk to you, John.
Super
I was only
sweet
joking.
voice to the, to the email. Lovely. Anyway, Sue in the audience.
Purple shirt, very flamboyant. Right, here's Steve. Hi, Steve. Can you just break this for me? Just needs a bit of breaking. Just needs just a little bit. I don't know if Rich can hear that. Just a little
can't
bit
hear it,
of
too far
broken
away.
stuff there. Now, Steve, who's your question for?
It's to both guests. I was wondering, what is the poshest gig you've ever done?
That's a good
Poshest
question.
gig.
Poshest gig you've ever done. Be honest, lads.
We did the Palladium with Mel and Sue
Yeah, that was good.
and some other people. Mel and Sue went really badly.
We
and
went
then,
down very badly.
It was a charity gig for Children on the Edge. And then we came on and just...
You
We
stormed?
picked it up, stormed over. That
No,
was
actually-
quite posh. That was quite nice.
No, we're on with Richard Wilson from
I don't believe it.
I Don't Believe It, and Rich followed him around all night going, I don't believe it, shouting that at him. And even as far as going into the toilets, and while Richard Wilson was in the toilet, Rich jumped up and was shouting over the cubicle, shouting, I don't believe it at him. And he didn't find it funny at all by that stage, but...
He actually said, I don't believe it, when I
yeah.
did that.
But he meant it, like, just really.
He didn't say it in that high voice. I actually just saw Drago, whatever he's called. going-
Dragar. the
Dragar.
Merciless.
I saw him going to the toilet as well, just now, just
In his
outside.
huge cloak?
In his cloak. He wheezes ice as well.
Does it? No way!
And he's got a futuristic winky as well.
Crashing on back to Sue in audience land.
Hello there. I'm here with Loretta. Who's your question for?
It's for both of them.
Okay.
I just wondered which, do they both write the same amount of material or do they write different amounts?
Well, we write the same amount, but all Stu's stuff's rubbish, so we throw that away. Yeah. And then we do the stuff that I've written.
No, we write exactly the same amount. And in fact, for every series, if I've written like 3 or 4 lines more than Rich, even if they're good, I'll cut those so that it balances out exactly. I hope that answers your question.
Now, from David on the Cake Shop, Stewart, do you grow your hair long at the front to pretend you're not bald?
Correct.
Yes, that's the correct answer.
Because he thinks if he can grow enough and pile it up on top, it looks like...
It's the Arthur Scargill principle,
It is, yeah.
Look, I can do an impression of Stu's hair now, though, look. There you go, look.
But you'll have to shave
the old
it back.
hair.
No, it's very even though. It's lovely.
It is, yeah.
I like it.
It's groovy.
I like that.
I
yeah,
can wear it down or at the sides.
You could, but also you could crimp it, which I think you've not investigated sufficiently.
Don't draw attention to it, because I rang my gran up before we went on to tell her that I'll be on television, and she'll be watching this now. Aren't you at home? My gran going, oh, his hair does look stupid. And she'll ring me up tonight and she'll go, why didn't you do your hair properly?
They
Didn't you?
talked about
Aren't you,
it
gran?
on telly. Hi, Stu's gran. Hello.
Hi,
Lovely.
Stu's
No,
gran.
I love
and the
Stu's
man over
gran.
the road came over and he said how stupid your hair looked on television. I know what you're thinking. You're sitting there now, aren't you, laughing at this, but I know that's what you're saying.
Now, I've got a question for Rich here from Katie M.
Oh, yes.
Rich, does Stewart, when he goes on tour, ever take his leather trousers to a dry cleaner?
No, he doesn't. And it gets very sweaty in there and smelly.
And
He's
things
got
grow.
trademark leather trousers.
I haven't worn those for
Haven't you?
some days
2
now.
days.
Yeah.
For almost 2 days. 40. And I now want to hear about the full frontal nudie winky
Yes.
expose.
Yes, I took all my clothes
Shout.
off in a play, but I wouldn't have done it if it hadn't been gratuitous.
Yes.
So,
That's the sole reason for
it
doing
was.
it.
No, it was in a play. It was a very serious play I wrote called Excavating Reach. It was about archaeology and a bloke
And you're
running around
winky.
naked. But I had to run around naked. It was kind of the cathartic moment.
Was that one on the horse, the nude man on the horse?
Was it on a horse?
No, that's Equus, sorry, getting confused.
Very similar.
You wrote it?
I wrote it
So you
myself.
wrote yourself a full nude scene, basically?
did.
Yeah, but he didn't know he was going to play the
Ah.
character.
You must be very pleased with yourself, young Richard, and all
No,
your
that's the whole
equipment.
point. It was meant, when you saw it, it was meant to be a degrading moment for the character. And it was, not only for the character, but for the actor and the writer
And
as
the
well
audience.
at the same time. Yeah. And for everyone associated with him.
It was a melting pot of shame.
It's very
Right.
good. It's very liberating to take all your clothes off and run around in public, but you do tend to get arrested unless you charge people to come and see it.
Yeah.
Then it's okay.
Don't forget, if you want to find out more about Stu and Rich and their new show, there is a direct link to their page from the Light Lunch site. On the,
Oh,
yeah,
thanks, that's
yeah,
very
on the
nice.
Channel 4 website, on the internet at www.channel4.com.
There isn't
Richard
one
Stewart.
back.
What's that?
There isn't one back. We're not putting
do it
one
the
on.
other way.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we'll have a sort of two-way thing.
Hey.
Now, we're going to see you in a minute.
Now, Schnaps and Drago, we thought we'd put you to the test and see if you're as
Yeah.
deft with your hands as you are with your feet by pitting you two against Lee and Herring in an ice footy game.
Excellent. We'll
Let's
move
go
you across
here now.
Schnaps,
Little
Drago.
Schnaps. This way, my love. There you go.
Well,
Schnaps and Drago.
Oh, you to
Drago,
this
you're on
side.
this side, doll.
You're on this side,
Drago,
love.
this side, my love. Schnaps and
Lovely.
Drago, go.
Coordinate the warriors.
Here we
Okay.
go.
Chance that we've got against the Ice Warriors.
Warriors versus Lee and Herring.
Okay.
The Ice Warriors can't really see what they're doing. So.
That's my one.
Okay,
Right,
right.
lads, we're going to be the umpires.
cheating.
I've got
That
the
little
whistle.
thing there.
Schnaps, schnaps, stop mucking about. There you go. On my whistle, lads. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Go for your life.
Come on, Ice Warriors. Come on, Warriors.
And passing. And Rich. No!
You're not allowed to do it. You're snap cheat.
I don't think that. Yeah.
You are not allowed to do that.
One to the humans.
Human.
An excellent system whereby I have to lean over. Fire. Go. Off you go. Okay.
Good. No, you can carry on. Sorry, it wasn't the end whistle. Carry on.
Okay.
Oh, quick, Stu,
nifty
hit
one
it
for
with the
Drago.
thing.
Come on, Stu.
We're winning against...
Schnaps is just a big cheat. Absolute cheat. Go again, lads. Go again.
Go again. Go again. I'm
Quick,
penalising you
quick.
7 goals. Excuse me. Another 3-minute shot.
Pull his head up.
Lee,
And fire those big money balls.
here we go. Come on.
Grab it.
Drago's got it.
Oh, he scored! He just scored! It's a draw.
It is a draw, but I'm awarding Stu and Rich. Stu and Rich
End
win.
of the game. Well done, lads.
Because they're morals. They're 1-1, but I've given Stu and Rich because they're more moral.
Stewie.
What was the
That
score? What was the score?
1-1 more, but I'm giving it to Stewart and Rich because they're more moral.
And I've seen his Winky.
Yeah.
Hello, Snaps. Hello, laddie. Good laddie.
We've run out of time.
We've run out of time.
Stewart and Rich, keep your PR moves on stick to Dragar, to Schnaps,
I'll
to
get
all
you,
of you. I've no
Dragar,
idea how
the
much
merciless.
time is left.
And to Caroline Brothers.
What we're doing.
Lunch. Oh, thanks, Caroline.
you're
Don't
strange,
forget,
you
Stu and Rich's new TV show, Good Morning with Richard, not Judy, starts this Sunday lunchtime at 12:15. You can watch the Ice Warriors in action Saturdays at 6:15.
Also, Stu and Schnaps are starting their own show, which they're going to be boxing naked in this studio, 9 a.m. Join us tomorrow.